Week 6, our sixth table of the Zen Original pinball tables. So last week we did a one ball challenge on Secrets of the Deep, and so this week I decided we're going to do a one ball challenge closed tournament on a table called Excalibur, which is also from 2010, just like Secrets of the Deep was, and it was designed by Zoltan Vari. So we're continuing with more of his tables. I've played it a lot on Pinball FX 3, so I think it'll be fun to revisit it on Pinball FX. But it's a really cool table. This kind of medieval theme with a lot of mechanics that I think are interesting to talk about. But now let's talk about what we kind of experienced on Secrets of the Deep. So I want to say that it's been really enjoyable to revisit these Zen originals, kind of with a different perspective, because when I first started playing them, I was just all about Williams. But now that I've played, more Zen originals lately, I'm starting to see why they're so fun to play. They're really kind of immersive tables, because they're kind of made, with the player in mind. With the player, they're kind of made in a way that is meant for like digital pinball, right? So a lot of the things and the concepts on these tables are sometimes not even done in real pinball, which is the cool thing. It's kind of separate in its own thing, but you still have, of course, the regular mechanics of pinball. But one thing I want to mention is when I was playing Secrets of the Deep this past week was I thought it was an awesome take on an aquatic themed table. So I think Secrets of the Deep, the whole theme is you're trying to find the lost city of Atlantis. And it made me think of Bally's Atlantis from 1989. Not only that, but it made me think about other aquatic water-themed tables. And I think they're a really kind of popular theme in pinball. You have Fishtails, which was pretty huge. You got Baywatch from Sega, released in 95. Stern's Jaws. You got Waterworld from Gottlieb, released in 95. You got Williams Whitewater. You got Surfin' Safari from Gottlieb. And I'd even put in Black Rose, right? Because it's a pirate theme, but it's on a ship and it's in the water. So think about water themes and aquatic themes in pinball and how they're kind of a safe bet, right? Like everyone, has some experience with going to a water park, going to a beach, going to a pool. And even on the EM machines, back in the day, you had quite a few machines that were kind of based on just swimming pools and, beaches, right? So it's a safe theme for an original table. And something I think is kind of difficult is it's when you think about these original tables, coming up with your own idea is sometimes tough to do. To be completely original in this day and age is kind of hard to do. So because not even the major pinball manufacturers are doing it. They're just getting a license. They're buying a license, and they're still being creative and creating their own table, but they already have something to kind of work with. So these original tables from 2010 from Zen are kind of on the cusp of originality. They're still kind of based on some theme like medieval water, but there's still that original artwork and flavor that you get when you play these tables. And that's what I appreciate about them. And something that another thing I was thinking about was your first impressions of pinball, right? Many of you who might remember your first experience with pinball. Maybe it was a real machine. Maybe it was an EM. Maybe it was Space Cadet on the computer. or maybe it was one of those PlayStation 1 digital pinball games like Kiss Pinball or Austin Powers. And I think it's important because your first impressions of pinball kind of shape what you enjoy in the future. So there's people that may have never played a Williams table but started with like PlayStation pinball, like on Fantastic Journey, right? And tables like that, Big Race USA. So their idea of pinball is going to be kind of different, but also the same. I remember I played Space Cadet. Space Cadet was probably my biggest influence, had the biggest influence on me growing up playing pinball, because I'd play that while my mom was doing her work, and I just remember being so fascinated by that game. You know, it just, I knew at that time that that was what I liked, the simplicity of it, but in looking at your score and just, I found it relaxing even back then. So yeah, I mean, the first impressions you get of pinball and your experiences of pinball are going to be different from everyone else's. So, you know, that's important to keep in mind. And moving on from that, this table, Secrets of the Deep, is crazy fun, like full of mechanics. Mechanics. First off, you have the wrecking ball, like you did in Williams Junkyard, right? That's moving back and forth. You have like an upper playfield with extra set of flippers. You even have magna saves left and right that can stack. That was cool. It saved me a lot of drains with the magna save. So that was cool. You had magna saves that could stack. You had that funnel hole on the bottom right, which was very similar to the one you see in Creature from the Black Lagoon. And then you had this submarine where you would lock the ball, and then when the ball would go, you know, rotate around the funnel, then the submarine would move. And that to me was really cool because it made me think about like tables, like even EM tables that had like with the back box, and they had like separate toys that would move. You know, it's just, this table, Secrets of the Deep, has so much, and you could kind of see this being done in real life, right? Like a submarine, you know, locking the ball and then moving as you hit different targets on the playfield. You have that periscope manual launcher that was really cool to me, that I could see being done in real life. You know, where the periscope moves like it's, you know, like it's on a submarine, and you can, you know, eject the ball from it, which was really awesome. You have a very active environment. You know, you have all these, you have drop targets behind spot targets. It's just an awesome table. Then you have the crane. I could never understand the crane, but you have the crane moving with the magnets. I thought that was kind of difficult, but you have that crane feature where you can drop the ball, and so it made me think about tables like Gottlieb's Rescue 911, where they have a helicopter toy picking up the pinball and transporting it. So Secrets of the Deep is I really enjoyed the table because it was, to me, a table full of so many mechanics. There was even some video modes, I believe, so like DMD video modes, but just a really kind of crazy table, and really good for, you know, its release, I think. The only thing that I didn't really like was that it was the DMD animations were kind of like so fast. Like sometimes I wanted to read them, but they would kind of skip over and they would play. You know, they would just, I couldn't see what I had to do. Some things were kind of hard to do, but overall, I enjoyed Secrets of the Deep, and I hope you guys did too. And just, you know, I think it was Dracky Barks told me that, you know, he hadn't played this table for a long time, but he got a lot out of it. And I think that's the best that you can do sometimes, is you have all these pinball tables at your disposal, and you know, sometimes you're wanting another new table, but you have so many tables here that you can just enjoy and, you know, participate in leaderboards and whatnot. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to say about Secrets of the Deep. Is that it's got a lot of mechanics, that would do really awesome on like a real table, but mechanics like that on a real table would be very expensive, like, and probably, you know, maybe a little unreliable. So it just points again to the fact that digital pinball can really kind of, you know, go even further with pinball. And that's the kind of thing I'm seeing pinball taking in the future in terms of digital pinball, is pinball fusion games where you can do so much more than just a set of flippers and bumpers. You can do a lot more, where the pinball is like, you know, like a character in a game almost, right? Like a platforming pinball game, something like that. And yeah, you know, it's just a cool water theme, and it's definitely a table that I had a lot of fun with, that I love to play more on my own time. But let's go over the scores here. So we had an open tournament with 35 people, and so a good tournament. But in first place, we have Fisher's Method with 256 million points. Wow, wow, wow. I had trouble getting, what was it, like 5 million points. So congratulations to you, Fisher's Method, with the first place over King Balchi 100 with 44 million. So King Balchi was in first for like the longest time. I didn't think anyone would take King Balchi's spot, but looks like Fisher's Method did. So congratulations to you, Fisher's Method, for that first place. Congratulations to King Balchi for 44 million. I think King Balchi said that he was I think he holds the number one spot all time in Secrets of the Deep one ball. So congratulations to King Balchi for that second place. In third place we have Octopus with 43 million points, and he is 1 million short of King Balchi. So very close second and third there. And in fourth place, we have Michael _363, aka Dracky Barks. So it's nice to see Dracky Barks back in our tournament. He's doing well. Glad to see him here. Thank you to everyone who gave him some positive advice. Thank you, Dracky, for being in the tournament, and congratulations on your fourth place. Welcome back with 38 million points. Let's go. Under him, we have my friend Jabba in fifth with 22 million points. Very close as well. In sixth place, we have UTD 4000 with 16 million points. I was close to UTD with 15 million, so sixth and seventh were very close. Bad Jack Daniels in eighth place with 4 million points. Going down the list, Carpy Sun in 11th with 2 million points. Urko 1945 with 1 million. And scrolling down here, Tish with 667,000. Wombat in a Hat in 25th with 533,000. And that's pretty much everyone. So thank you everyone for participating in this week's tournament. I hope you all had fun. And now we're going to go into our table for this week, which will be Excalibur private tournament. So password is, what is today? It's May. What is today? We're just going to do my own password. Wait, what is today? May 18th already. Okay, so 51825. Okay, it's gonna be a one ball challenge, realistic physics, unlimited players, 10 attempts, 6 days. So 6 days, 10 attempts, one ball, private. Password is 51825. Let's go. So I'm going to use one attempt here. Here is the ID. And again, the password is 51825. This table is also from Zoltan Vari, designer. Wow, I love the look of this table. It's got a lot of colors. It's got a cool theme. Okay. Launch the ball. There's no skill shot? Okay. Boom. You know, the thing I like about Zoltan Vari's tables is he has a lot of mechanics. Like on this one, I think you have, okay, there's the extra flipper. You've got the captive ball. This one kind of reminds me a little bit of Princess Bride. One of the newer tables.
Fortification strengthened.
Whoa. And also, this is realistic physics, so this isn't... This is not the normal Zen physics, which is cool. Because it gives it a different feeling. Like a Williams table.
Excalibur reveals the way.
Oh my gosh! Man, this table. So, okay, there we go. Got an upper playfield there.
Excalibur reveals the way.
Excalibur! I actually like Zoltan Vari's tables a lot.
For the honor of the
Because they
table.
remind me of Williams. Look at that. The cap. Okay, look at this. Okay, in the middle, you actually have a horseshoe loop with a captive ball that can move around in a horseshoe. That's actually just really cool. I don't even think I've seen. See that? And it switches to a drop target. That is actually kind of interesting to me. I don't think I've seen anything like that. I've seen captive balls like that, but not in that kind of design. That's so cool to me.
Excalibur reveals the way.
Okay. One thing I remember too about this table is you can kind of have a really long game, even with just one ball.
Excalibur reveals the way.
So remember, you have 10 attempts. You might want to practice before you use all of them, or you can just use all of them in one go. Totally up to you. Whoa. Look at this. You have even toys popping up like Williams tables. Okay, Excalibur is lit in the middle. 1 million. Okay, keep shooting the middle. Okay, let's go. And we have a ball save, a block. Let's go.
Watch out!
Oh, I thought it was still lit. Whoa! Oh, this is epic. I think we have to get it back in the middle.
Excalibur reveals the way.
1 point? That's kind of cool, actually. Oh, you got bumpers there. Okay, land the ball in the left hole when the quest is lit.
A tournament has been announced.
Oh no.
The quest for the Holy Grail.
Oh, you even have a decent ball save. Look at this. Okay, the right orbit's lit. It's in blue. And it's right next to the Holy Grail. And I just got some awards.
Fortification strengthened.
And I still have a block. So it seems like this table is kind of...
Hurry up.
Oh man, when you told me to hurry up, I got nervous. Okay, the block is gone though.
Joust.
Press the launch button at the right moment to hit the target. Okay. I got it. That's cool. Look at that. Wait, no, I didn't get it. But that's pretty cool, right? Kind of like the other table. Secrets of the Deep, how you have this moving submarine. You have now a game of joust with a knight moving.
Excalibur reveals the way.
I'm kind of surprised I haven't drained the ball yet. I think this is one of the cool things about this table.
Now hear the tale of King Arthur.
Oh, that's so cool. Finally got that. This would actually be an awesome Williams table. Like, look at this. Design is so crazy. Ball save. You got a ball save. Okay, so... And then you have the block again. Look at that. Whoa. We gotta do it 10 times. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of high scores in this table. From our usual.
Excalibur reveals the way. Fortifications strengthened.
Because I'm kind of surprised. You also have like a. Oh no! I kind of jinxed myself. I'm not gonna lie. You ever just do that when you're playing and it feels like you should be draining and you just drain the ball? Well, 9 million I think might be pretty good. I don't know though. We'll have to see. I'll play it myself. Thank you guys for watching this video on this week's tournament on Excalibur. I hope you enjoy and I hope you have fun. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Till next time, take care.